Hi guys, welcome back to Debbie's Dolls. Sorry, it's been a while. It's been one of those weeks. I said every once in a while I was going to have one of those weeks. Welcome to it. I mean, it's only just started. It's only Tuesday, but it's already been one of those weeks. It was one of those weekends as well. But I've come in to do a tag. Now I've got a list of tags. The tag I'm doing at the minute is the tag by Suzanne at Suzansbabies, which is what would be on your shelf. If you had a shelf of things that represented you, what would be on your shelf? So as you can see, I'm here with Arwen, little Arwen Iona, my hobbit baby, and of course Arwen would be on my shelf. She is here to represent my collection, my hobby of collecting reborn babies and collecting dolls in general, but I had to pick Arwen because Arwen is the headline photograph on my Instagram for my collection, so it had to be Arwen, and she's very special, and you know, she really represents my collection very well. So here she is, and she is still in this outfit, but I really am not going to apologise for that because this is my favourite outfit on her. It's so simple, but I absolutely love it. So I'll get to that in a minute. But I'm going to get on with this pile of stuff I've got next to me on my bedroom floor here. Don't worry, she's perfectly comfortable up there on my bed. But yes, I have a pile of things, and I can think of a million more things because I just don't think they make a shelf big enough for the things that I would want to put on my shelf. But I'm going to show you things that I have managed to put together here that won't break the shelf, hopefully. So obviously Arwen is number one. You know, they're not in order of priorities here, it's just the way I'm picking them up. So Arwen was already there. And then we have Jeffrey. Hi. Jeffrey is my jellycat giraffe who was sent to me by Suzanne. Hi Suzanne. And he represents something that's very much me on this channel because everybody associates me with giraffes. Get him frame. There he is. I collect giraffes as well as reborns and many other things. Oh gosh, I just realised, well, it's alright, I just realised I forgot something, but I think I've got one nearby. Anyway, yes, I collect giraffe things. I love giraffes, always have. So this represents two things, I guess. Friends, which is Suzanne. I'm going to have to put you all up on my shelf. And yeah, giraffes. So there's Jeffrey. Hi, people. Right, so that's Jeffrey representing giraffe. Do you want to hold Jeffrey, Arwen? There you go. You have Jeffrey. So there we go. And then we have which one shall I pick up next? Well, if I'm going to go for giraffes, I have to put a Beagle in here, which I think a lot of people know. I am crazy about Beagles. I've had two of them, real ones, not soft toys. I've got a bunch of soft toy Beagles. But this is my soft toy Beagle, one of many. And she's representing my affection for this particular breed. I adore Beagles. I adore all dogs. I am a big dog lover. So I guess this one could represent dogs in general, but it is a Beagle, and I love Beagles. So, yep, there's a Beagle. Put that one up there. And then I have here my very first doll. I've really not given myself much room because nothing can stand up right here, but never mind. This is Lucy. Now, I've got Arwen to represent my love of dolls, but this doll was given to me by my granddad, who died when I was about 3, I think. So I don't really remember, well, I don't remember him at all, really. My memory's not that good. But this is, yeah, this baby would definitely be on my shelf because she's extra special. There she is. Lovely girl. So that's Lucy. And put her down somewhere. And then, let's go on to what else. Okay, I have got here an iPod representing music. I have to have music. I've got iPods everywhere. I've got music on my phone. Everywhere you can have music, I have music with me. I've got one iPod that I keep beside my bed, which is this one. I have a little tiny iPod that's in my handbag all the time. I've got MP3 players everywhere. I've got to have music. I love my music. Apart from when I'm working, when I'm studying or anything, then I need peace and quiet. I'm not one of those people who can have music in the background when I'm studying, but I would definitely have an iPad or an iPod or a phone with music on it on my shelf. Just something with music has to be on my shelf because I need music. I have to be singing along to something at some point. And then I have this, which is actually here to represent books, actually. Might not make sense, but this is actually a photograph of the Bronte Parsonage Museum in Haworth. It was after the Brontes' time, but before they did renovations on the building, so that's exactly how it would have looked when the Bronte family lived there. But I didn't want to bring a whole pile of books upstairs, so I grabbed this off my wardrobe because this sticks onto my wardrobe. That's why there's bits of blue tack on it. But it's actually representing my love of books, because obviously writers lived in that house, novelists. I love books. I love to read. So that's what this is to represent, books. I would have books on my shelf, but I didn't bring a pile of books upstairs. So that's what that is. Books. And then I have here a Sketchpad, which most of you know about. I've taken up drawing over the past, well, just over a year. So I would definitely want to have Sketchpad on there. There would definitely be something that I could pick up and doodle on. So we have a Sketchpad. I really haven't thought this out very well, have I? I can't hold everything up in front of the iPad properly. There we go. So that would be another thing that would be on the list that I can't show you, would be my iPad. And the reason I can't show you my iPad is because you are looking at me through it right now. And not because it's technology, but because it keeps me in touch with people. It keeps me in touch with a lot of my family who I don't live near, a lot of friends that I left behind in Yorkshire when I moved up here. It's a lifeline really to a lot of people who mean a lot to me. So my iPad would definitely be up there, or a tablet of some kind. I can't do without it. When the internet goes down, I feel like I've been cut off from the world. So yes, my iPad would be up there. And then I would have this. This is a little wooden holding cross. This was made for me by my best friend's dad, who is a carpenter. And I guess another thing that represents friendship, but obviously my faith as well, which isn't something you can put on a shelf. I have to say, it's not something I could physically put on a shelf. It's not something that represents me. Your faith doesn't represent you. It is you. It is part of your DNA, really. It's part of who you are, and not what you are. But yeah, I would have this up there anyway because it's very special. It's made by a lovely person, and yeah, this will be up there. So that's that. And then I have here this little fire engine. You see this little fire engine? This, excuse me, let me get a proper hold of it. This here was bought for me by my dad, and I do have some recollection of it, but not of my dad. I've talked about this before. My dad died just before I turned 6, a month before that. And I guess my childhood way of dealing with grief was just to forget him, and I blocked him out very quickly. And I don't remember him, and I don't remember much about that time. But my mum told me that I used to go to some doctor's appointments with him, and I obviously used to sit out in the waiting room while he went in there, and the receptionist would watch me or whatever, or he would take me to doctor's appointments for myself. And whenever I've been down to the next village to the doctor's with him, he would take me into the chemist to pick up prescriptions and things. And in the chemist they had a counter, and under the counter they had various toys, mostly little dinky cars and things like that. And he would let me pick out a toy that I wanted to have. And I remember this fire engine in a cabinet. I can remember that. I can remember seeing this little red fire engine in a cabinet with other cars and trucks and things modelled. And I do remember that. I can very clearly remember this being in that cabinet. So I must have been stood beside my dad at that time, but I don't remember him being there. I don't remember seeing him or any of that. I just remember seeing this in a glass cabinet and picking it out. So I got this from him when I was with him. And so there is a memory, but not of him, but it does connect me to him because he bought that to me and for me, and he handed it to me, and that makes this very, very special. So this would be on the shelf, although it's lost some of its parts. It had little cones, those little carrot orange cone things that you stick on the side of the road to stop the traffic. It had some of those with it, and they're lost. The ladder still works. Hang on, let me see if I can pull it out. Because I just said it works. It's not going to work, is it? Yeah, it is. It is. Come on. It just takes a bit of there you see, the ladder comes out. There we are. So that's that. And then I have this, which was, hair, excuse me, which was the program to the Star Trek convention I went to. Okay, it's me, guys. It's just me. This was the Star Trek convention I went to in 2001, and it was just the most awesome weekend. I had so much fun, and I got to meet people who I was just in awe of. Real Star Trek stars. There was Kate Mulgrew, Captain Janeway, and Patrick Stewart was there. That's Jean-Luc Picard, and they were there, and I just had a blast. It was the best weekend. Unfortunately, it was also the hottest weekend of that summer, and the air conditioning in the main room of the hotel where it was being held was broken, and there were thousands of people in there. It was probably the most hot I have ever been in my life as well. But I had to put that in there because that was just, I had a great time, let's just say. And I didn't dress as a Klingon. I just wore a comm badge. And then I have this last item here, which hopefully will be the last item because I'm about to hit 12. Oh, I'm okay, it's 12 minutes. Sorry, Arwen, we're just going to take little Jeffrey up here. This is going to be awkward. I'm going to have to lift you off the stand for this. If you just, can you see this? This is an old box. That's the corner there. I'll lift you off the stand. I'll get you up here. This is a box, a very old box. As you can see, there's a photograph in the front here that has been worn down by sun and bashing. But in this box, there are photographs. I was bought this a long time ago. It's basically a photo album, but you put your photos in a box and you can put them in compartments. So that one is holidays, and then that one is pets, and that one's a question mark, which means all kind of stuff, just miscellaneous stuff, and then I got family and things like that, weddings at the back. And these are photographs taken in the days when cameras had films in them. So these represent basically family, friends, times of the past, and they would all be in this box on my shelf, every single one of them. And I guess I'd also put a disc in there with, you know, modern photographs on that are digital. But these are my past right here. And then I just thought of one last thing. Let me just put you back down. Sorry about all the moving around. Ooh, you've lost Arwen. Where did Arwen go? There she is. Yes. One last thing. There's only one here I can grab, which isn't my size. But we have hats, because the Mad Hatter has to have the hats. That's a little baby one that I made ages ago. And, well, I can't get one of my bracelets from here, but I also collect bracelets. So they would be on there. All of those things would be on there. Oh, excuse me, that was me leaning against the baby car seat. That noise, it wasn't what it sounded like. So here's Arwen. She's still wearing that frilly knitted hat and the white wraparound shirt, the frilly knickers and the little matching booties. And I'm rushing through that because I'm hitting 15 minutes. Bye!